police cars like this, you really do wonder what's going on. Really, the truth of the matter is, like you're saying, it's a crime in progress, and so it isn't safe. It isn't safe for all the people.
Yep.
On it.
Thanks.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Stay there?
He's got... Respondió a la...
And the LAPD or the law enforcement organizations.
I like this one.
That suits fine. Stay in the helicopters, stay on our streets. You know, I've argued it very vociferously on to be able to get a look at this. Since you know, you look at the situation where we were involved.
Channel 13's
in the middle of a
view on it.
Not move because they're to record the event day, regardless of what was going on. That's our job.
Absolutely. I have the dubious suspicion about, what is it, about 12?
Guillaume.
The paparazzi, you had just regular people. You saw that woman that actually walked up to the car and came to a stop, and the trunk popped open. We don't know if there's any relationship between her and the man who was still behind the wheel of that car, that Bentley. But it's just, at this point, it's just a standoff. And police have complete control of the situation.
Channel 9.
Hang out there.
To the wealthiest few Americans.
Go Barack.
We have tried that strategy.
We love you.
And time again.
Congratulations, world.
Lead us to the crisis we face right now.
This was in the Senate, and I'm sure everyone who's clicked on the TMZ in the past 24 hours knows that there's a high-profile person out there who fits a description that could be similar to this with regard to being accused of having done something to his girlfriend. Once again, we don't know, and we can't say, we can't speculate, and we in no way want to implicate someone who's innocent.
The truth of the matter is, Emmett, I think you really hit the nail on the head. I mean, you basically said what I think a lot of people are thinking. I'm sure the officers were thinking that as they were pursuing this because, first of all, you know, a Bentley of all cars, you know, we know the person that you're referring to.
Well, they on the end. Did you see?
No, to try to
pensar que no vamos. It was hard. They didn't answer. I'm not sure they even know. But I think as Carl pointed out and you pointed out, when somebody's driving in a slow pursuit, you know, mentally, it's some interest.
Seinfeld's working overtime.
Whether you know that person or so. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people here with.
The light bulb is flashing now. The flash is going in big time. So that's as close as you're going to get right there.
No, it's not.
Back on that car.
There's channel 13.
Yeah, that's just
About, if you will,
channel 9.
Momentarily here, they wanted to control the situation.
Channel 5.
We don't know.
I think channel 9 has the best coverage. Best angles.
In fact, we're going to tilt up. There are people that are walking downrange up toward the area where they have closed off Lankershim up there. You see people walking across the street, but they've got the crime scene tape. There are a small crowd of people up there. That's Lankershim. But one of the interesting things...
Lankershim and what?
This kind of a situation,
I live right by there.
I think that the LAPD or the CHP would go out ahead of the chase here and set up a spike strip so that if the suspect
by Universal
does take
Studios.
off again, that
I believe.
they would be able to stop it before it got very far.
And the LA River.
Easily get through that area there that's been set up. There are also a couple of side streets there.
They don't want him driving his car directly into the LA River trying to kill himself over it.
But that crowd that Glenn was talking to you
know, that's what he's thinking about doing.
A lot of them pushed off to the left side of your screen right there. There's about 45 people in that crowd. And you can see that's one of our CBS and KCAL news vans right there. So I expect that with that mast in the air that we'll have some live pictures from the ground here in just a second. But the thing ended very close. So you can see right now, no other news vans right there. CHP has the pursuit stopped, and the best picture that you're going to see live is going to be coming out of one of our vans here pretty soon. So a large crowd. They've got it contained. But again, one of the curious parts for me after all the chases that we've covered here is that if the suspect's got gas left and he's got the keys, this thing could be back into a pursuit once again.
Well, as we look here, and you're saying that basically this will become solely covered by LAPD pretty soon, right?
Well, the CHP, they're going to contain the situation until the LAPD gets down here. You might see a crisis negotiation team come in, and they'll try and establish contact with the suspect. But this, again, is early on, just after 8 o'clock when the chase started. The suspect indicated that he was going to meet somebody here in this location. There was a club that they were going to try and go to. It turns out that club was closed, and for whatever reason, the chase went on and on and on. Now here we are 3 hours and 40 minutes later, and the suspect did come, so he might be out of gas, but he came to the spot where he said he was going to go and meet that female. Now we again don't know that that is the female that was the victim of the assault, but the suspect ended up coming back to this area and stopped here in this area. Anyway, it was a very low-speed chase. And I heard Glenn reference the O.J. Simpson slow-speed chase. Now, I was on that chase, believe it or not, in 1994, and that was a much different scene. It was...
Don't do it in a Bronco, do it in a Bentley.
And there were hundreds and hundreds of people out on the roadway. There were overpasses.
That's what started all of these newscasts of all of these.
A lot of speculation on who might be in this car. And therefore, that has drawn out a large crowd, but it's very manageable right now. And you heard Glenn was right there in the thick of it early on, and it sounded chaotic.